Hey guys, Interjection here, and as a lot of you will know, I did just hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. But anyway, I said in a video a few days ago that I was going to upload the very first Shoutcast which I ever made, so this video which you're about to watch here is actually me commentating a 1v1 for the very first time in my life ever. It's my first cast, and it is literally so bad. I find it kind of funny now, but I think it shows how far I've come in the time that I've been doing YouTube. And I wanted to share this with you guys as a kind of one-off 1,000 subscriber milestone special type of thing. So without further ado, here's my first ever Shoutcast, which was originally uploaded to my old channel over a year and a half ago now. Wow. And if you've seen it before, then I do hope you enjoy reliving it as much as I did. And if you haven't seen it, then, well, this is where it all began.
Interjection here from Nation of Warriors. This is my third 1v1 commentary in my commentary series. This is an observer game between Vatican, who is a level 31 major, and Azamk, who's a 35 colonel. This is observer, so not sure what the W means where my cursor is here, but OB stands for observer, which will spawn players 1 and 2 on a 1v1 sized map. I am the other player in slot 3, won't be on the map, but we will be watching this game. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the distribution of the huntable animals. So we'll jump straight over to Red's. He's got a pronghorn herd quite far off from his town, but it could be herded, but more likely this bison herd here, because bison are easier to herd, and they have more food in them. There's another bison herd here, and a third bison herd here, which is a little bit further away, so huntable animals not too bad for the Dutch player. For Blue, on the other hand, he has a pronghorn herd, which is a bit closer to his town than perhaps Red's initial pronghorn herd, which was here. But and he's also got a bison herd, which is fairly far out, probably not the best thing to be herding. A bison herd, which is closer, although fairly small, which and then a pronghorn herd as well. But each player will probably go for the closest and nearest herd they find. See, like immediately from the start, this villager here is already well on his way to one of these bison herds to start herding. So we've got Blue's war dog is not with his explorer because there's just no need. He's going to be scouting with the war dog. It's always useful just to have an extra scouting unit, and scouting the map is crucial to find your good treasures. Well, he was scouting, but I assume he's coming to help out his explorer kill off this bear. And now wood treasure here, 120 wood is absolutely a great treasure for Spanish because it will help him get up that early trading post. And if I'm pretty sure if he will be, we can't see his deck yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be fast fortressing. Quite a good strategy for the Spanish, and I'm convinced that the Dutch player will fast fortress as well, but we don't know that just yet. Yeah, as the Blue has also started herding this pronghorn herd, and likewise Red over there, as I mentioned earlier. Blue, not going to come across any treasures around here, but we can have a look at some of the treasures in the area. 140 food he might come across, which is a pretty good treasure for, obviously it's quite a substantial treasure, there's a lot of food. Can get you to age 2 quicker, can get you to age 3 quicker if you're fast fortressing. Some other treasures, we have a nearly mature coyote pup, which can be useful for scouting, but Red obviously has his envoy, not likely to need another scout, but also can be used for treasure hunting and perhaps that first fight. It's always nice to have a little extra unit. There's that overguarded hit points treasure, 30% extra hit points. And here's that overguarded cow treasure. Great job from the ESO balance and team guarding 2 cows with 4 cougars. By this time I suspect both players have selected a deck, so let's have a look. Yeah, Blue has opted for a very typical fast fortress deck. We can see 5 and 4 villages, 700 coin, which here probably be a second shipment. First shipment nearly always 3 villages, or it should be. Vatican just got that 140 food, and now there's a standoff between these 2 explorers. It's always good to kill your opponent's explorer if you can. If you can get your unit into hand combat, which this war dog is doing. It slows him down. You might notice when this happens with all units on the game. If you get a unit into hand combat, it slows the entire group down. So it's going to slow the explorer down. We're going to kill the... Oh, that was clever. He shot one of the Mother Nature units just before he died, which made the Mother Nature get the 45 XP rather than Blue. So Blue doesn't actually have that XP from killing the from killing his explorer. But now Red no longer has his explorer. He can't do any treasure hunting with that, which means Blue has got the advantage, and also Red can't scout with his explorer anymore, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem considering he has an envoy as well, because Red is playing Dutch. Red, I assume, is already aging up because he switched all of his villagers to wood, and he's gone for 350 wood straight off to get this bank down, and he's aged up with the 400 wood as well. We can check his deck, not my deck, check Red's deck. This is a very typical Fast Fortress deck as well, so that 400 wood is very likely to be used to make a second bank, with which he can create lots of coin. We're expecting to see around 3 or 4 banks, because I suspect his next shipment will be 700 wood, which will arrive any moment now, and that would be used to build 2 more banks. Alright, if we look at Blue, he's just aged with 200 coin and a tower. Yep, almost certain this is a Fast Fortress. No, in fact, I am certain. 200 coin. His first shipment will be, his first age 2 shipment will be 700 coin, and 700 coin plus these 200 here is obviously 900, and then he needs the extra 100 from somewhere for 1,000, and that is that will be all the 1,000 coin he would need to age up with. All he needs there is the food. So yeah, here we are. The 700 wood treasure has 700 wood shipment has arrived, and that will be building a bank with that. He appears to be going for the 30% hit points treasure. Whether that's for the XP or whether he genuinely wants the hit points, I'm unsure. But obviously for each coyote he kills, he'll get some XP, which will obviously give more shipments for his Fast Fortress. They're setting up his Blue's setting up his tower very far away from his base, which seems odd. Yep, 700 coin shipment there. As for the age up, anyway, back to this tower. So this tower seems much more offensively placed. Personally, I've built it in my own town where I could use it to garrison any villages should I need to, and also it shoots back and will help me defend. It's just another building for my opponent to take out. But it seems offensively placed over here, probably to act as a drop-off point for his shipments, and that will help him get his Age 3 military units into Red's base sooner rather than later. Not to mention that being near that coin mine and near that bison herd, it kind of stops Red from collecting there. But probably the most important reason it's there is as a drop-off point for shipments. Useful, this envoy standing there just scouting, just seeing what units are going to be made, perhaps looking for a barracks or a stable to go up. So then, depending on which building was built, he could tell whether he was going to Blue would be training cavalry or infantry, and then he could look at what resources are being collected, and then try and work out perhaps which unit would be made. That 700 wood shipment there will probably be used to make the 5 houses and the that military building, so the stable or the barracks. Here we've got he went for 3 banks. That market, which it could be for the economic upgrades, but it's also Dutch. It's a good idea to buy wood with the Dutch, at least up until it costs 130 coin per 100 wood. Then it's actually not a good idea. But it's fairly efficient. It's in fact more efficient to buy wood from the Dutch bank up until it does cost 130 coin per 100 wood. Here we are, them houses going up. Those 2 idle villages you saw there. Just to note is instead of walking, it's often quicker to put them in the town centre, and then press the eject button. The eject hotkey is N, so if you select the town centre and press N, they'll eject out and straight onto the resource you select. So Blue's decided to ship that colonial age 8 pikeman shipment instead of saving the shipments for those more powerful age 3 military cards. Obviously he shipped them, changed the spawn points of that tower and shipped them from the tower so they could get into the fighting quickly, and he's just harassing this market. Personally, I'd be saving my shipments for age 3, because you get more powerful ones there, but he seems for this all-out offensive military kind of style fast fortress. So here he's just harassing red. Not going to go for his town centers. That'd be completely pointless. There's no real way he would actually kill it. So this house though, he can take that out and put red 100 wood behind. Both players have now aged Amzak. The Dutch player aged fast. No bonus there, so it was the age fast option. Here are 5 skirmishes from the barracks. Those pikemen probably going to get out of there pretty quick now, just like that. Down here, he's obviously trained 5 Rodolero from the barracks, and there is the 8 pikemen age up bonus for the Spanish. Those Rodolero probably in there trying to harass a few of the villagers on the coin mine, but now they're getting out of there because of those skirmishes. There's that barracks that I didn't notice go up, but that's where the Rodolero were trained from, and obviously the tower is he shipped the 8 pikemen from the age up to there as well. Here are the 12 Reuter shipment, which goes with an excellent combination with skirmishes, because skirmishes counter things like pikemen, musketeers, which might take out the Reuter, and the Reuter counters things like hussars, or in the Spanish case, lancers, which would take out skirmishes. The Reuters are going up towards the base, probably to try and raid some of the villagers on Blue's coin mines. Always good to get raids in. Right, so he's obviously shipped 2 falconets from his home city, and they have arrived at the tower and marched up to meet the rest of his army. They're both set up here, and they're just shooting out siege damage against that bank. The 2 falconets are quite early, and they kind of explain the reason we see so many anti-cavalry. Obviously, in age 2, he trained those 5 Rodoleros, and he shipped 8 pikemen, and he aged up to age 3 with 8 pikemen as well. And they're just all there to defend these 2 falconets. Those 5 skirmishers was probably just a misclick, miss-micro. They walked in towards that town and took some unnecessary losses, which was that's always frustrating. Oh, and here are the 12 Reuter shipment. They've come back from the raiding, and they're now probably just trying to get a few shots in, absolutely ninja them cannons. The problem is though, these Rodolero and those pikemen are kind of marching around, and now they've absolutely just launched onto the Reuters to just completely annihilate them. We've only got 2 left there, absolutely huge loss. And there's still, yep, none left. And here are the 4 cavalry shipments just arrived, and just everything just seems to be focused on taking out that last falconet now. Falconet obviously going to mince him up. The only problem was though, those 4 hussars now all practically gone. That last one got a tiny amount of hit points left. That's 2, 4, 6, 800 resources worth of units just gone trying to take out that falconet. This fight seems to be lost for red. Absolutely beastly micro from blue here. Or the fact that all of red's units had to go on them falconets is what kind of won it for him. He's now got these 5 lancers, and lancers, as we know, do 20 times 3 against skirmishes, so that's a straight up 60 damage per poke with that big lance 3 prod thing. That stable's gone up. Probably could be training hussars. Hussars obviously going to counter the skirmishes, and skirmishes also the lancers won't be able to do their multiplier, because they only do it to infantry. Won't be able to do that multiplier against cavalry, so cavalry are quite effective as well. We just saw all of his skirmishes get absolutely beasted by these lancers. And now all those units are moving on to the settler. Actually, this entire time, blue skirmishers have been sniping dead red settlers, and here he's effectively stopped red from hunting. We see 5 halberdiers. Might seem strange, but halberdiers are going to be countering the skirmishers. It's weird because obviously skirmishers do bonus damage to infantry, but anything that goes into hand combat with a skirmisher is good, and I doubt he has the food cost to be training hussars. As I said, he might, but these are doing straight up 25 damage against these skirmishes, which isn't bad. And now he's shipped in 8 skirms as well from the home city, as we can see there, and they're just finishing them up. A nice comeback, very bouncy game. Here come blue's got some Rodolero and some skirms, but I don't think the fight will continue. Oh no, wait. Yeah, no, they're not going to continue fighting. Well, remember, this is the Asian... Sorry, this is Nilla. This is the vanilla, not the Asian dynasties. On this game, the Rodolero do not do times 2.3 against skirmishes, so that'd be senseless carrying on this fight. There's 12 pikeman shipment just arrived from blue. More anti-cav, more siege damage, I guess. So here all the conflict has kind of stopped, and if blue could keep pushing, he might be able to keep red off all of his hunts, because he's got control of all these hunts to the side here. if he could push into red's base again, then we could completely stop him from hunting, and that would absolutely screw him over, and hopefully, give him a huge advantage. These skirmishes have gone into cover mode, which means that's where they're walking in a strange way, and they take less damage. They take less damage in cover mode, which is why they're like that. He's just probably trying to just to kind of draw him in a bit, maybe, hopefully, and then if any units follow, say like pikemen or something like that, he can shoot them off and hopefully get some shots. Got a market going up. This is 12 minutes 40 into the game, which is fairly late for a market, but obviously he wants to think about these market upgrades, like hunting dogs, like the placer mines. You can't go on without them for too long, otherwise your economy does start to fall behind. Now these skirmishes going up in cover mode, possibly to try and find villages, because the envoy will have seen perhaps a market in these villages, although it is dead now. So right here, obviously Blue's received that 12 pikeman shipment a little while ago now, and has been making units since then. I can see the entire map, so I can see both sizes of each army, and I personally think Blue should be trying to push right now. He would really benefit from moving into Red's base and pushing Red's villagers off his last remaining huntable animals in that remaining herd inside his base. Although I think Blue might overestimate Red's army a little bit, because he's built a tower here to defend against any attacks that would occur in this area, and also, well, mostly because his villagers are in that area and he doesn't really want to lose that particular area. But he probably should be attacking, because this is his Red's last herd right here, and if he can push him off that, he would choke all food production and perhaps stop stop troops being created. Red has created some Swiss pikemen, which is a shipment costing 1,000 coin, and you get 12, and they have absolutely insane siege damage, and they're going to be moving up to to Blue's base to take out some buildings, whilst all of Blue's army is away from home right now, and that would give those pikemen quite a lot of free shots on those houses. Could potentially take out quite a few houses or other buildings in Blue's base. Alright, I'm back. Not sure what happened there. But yeah, those Swiss pikemen, that's probably why we didn't see so many troops being created, because the Swiss pikeman, he was collecting all the coin necessary to send the shipment. Right now we got this confrontation in his base, lancers going up against the skirmishers, which is good, but these Reuters will be targeting. He's going to be microing the Reuters because they're good against cavalry onto the lancers, and the skirmishers are going to be targeting probably the counter-infantry, so the counter-cavalry, like the pikemen, like the Rodolero, and then once that's freed up, then he'll be targeting the scams. But it appears that Blue has got the upper hand in this fight. If we look at what happened with the Swiss pikemen, seem to have taken out many of the houses that were here, which is kind of screwed him. If we look at the building timeline, I didn't help quite. I should have had a look, but I didn't. So if we look at the building, yeah, that's the Swiss pikemen did that. They took out most of his houses, which is absolutely it's absolutely it cost him a lot of wood, and we won't be seeing any new troops until them until their houses are back. These hussars now taking out the skirmishers. Red doing quite well at defending this Spanish fortress, but the Dutch economy is a lot better. See, he even says it's over. Dutch economy is always a lot better than Spanish, considering they have access to the banks and a similar rate of villagers. Let's have a look at the final timelines. So yeah, all resources, just quite a lot of or just a lot more resources, and the gap is getting wider. But yeah, so we'll look at villager count. Blue did quite a good job on raiding there, but the red economy was still a lot higher, mostly because of the banks. But villagers, some fairly good raids, but his villager production is still pretty good. We'll take a look at the score overall. fairly even throughout the game until around about the 12-minute mark, and then blue is consistently further ahead, and then the last fight at the very end, blue ends up fairly a little bit lower. Anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you would like to see more from this channel.